This week we have some news out of the US. Coachella is on fire. Red cups are coming back, but with a non-alcoholic content.
What the hell is Coachella and what the hell is red caps?
Oh my God, that's such a boomer statement to say.
Pseudo boomer.
So Coachella is the it event for fashionistas, for upcoming artists. Last year, for example, I think it was Rosalia that got really, really famous. It's the place in California where cowboy boots became fashionable again. And the most beautiful artists like The Weeknd and Justin Bieber, I always rewatch the shows.
So it's an art and music exhibition where people meet to drink alcohol?
It's a festival. It's a boho hippie festival, but it has become very mainstream, and everyone that thinks they need to have a saying in the fashion industry and in the society of California and the US in general. Okay. And also lots of people from Europe are flying there just to celebrate there.
So spring break on art, probably?
On music. It's a music festival. Okay. I can't believe you've never heard of it.
No. Of course, the name, but what it exactly is and why are there cans in alcohol-free drinks? Oh, okay. Makes sense, probably. We talk about that.
We'll find out.
Cool. Have fun. Welcome, you curious people, no boozers and wine lovers, to the 4th episode of DOTW, your weekly update on the non-alcoholic business in the podcast universe. Today we talk about a lot of stuff, but we want to start with two things that are really up to date, and we have to talk about it right now. The one thing is Coachella, and the other thing is April Fool's Day. There was an article talking about Hugel, a very famous company from Alsace, who said, we will produce a non-alcoholic Riesling and Alsace Grand Cru Riesling without alcohol. And it got quite famous all around the planet. This is the only article that is available because the rest was deleted. Why that? We have a look on the Instagram account of Hugel. This is the post from April 1st. And what you can see is Jean-Frédéric Hugel, 13th generation winemaker, says, we are proud to present our family Hugel Riesling 0.0. One day later, they published the same article, the same picture, but the 0.0 has changed into a smiley saying, sorry guys, it was just a joke. We wanted to use April Fool's Day to just talk about the non-alcoholic movement, probably in Alsace, not the most famous one because they really struggle in making low alcohol wines. Usually the white wines have 14 plus alcohol. But maybe it was a marketing move. Maybe it was kind of we try out what people think about it. And in the future, we will see an Alsace Riesling without any alcohol. What do you think about that?
I really love the smiley.
You have to watch
and
that.
And they did really put a lot of effort into the label.
But for that reason, it's quite, it looks like it could be a label. So it's tough to spot if you just see this. I mean, okay, the smiley is more obvious.
Yeah.
But this one could be a normal label. So quite funny. Yeah. And of course, I guess one of the most viral April Fool's jokes in the wine industry. We put the link in the show notes. So.
Très amusant.
Tell me about Coachella.
So at this very moment in California with the beautiful sun and the white mountains and the lake. It's not really a lake there, I think, but it's because it's in the desert, but it's, oh God, no.
So it's a sea lake? I guess you mixed up several festivals, but actually it's a festival.
I absolutely do. I just mixed it up with Burning Man. Oh my God, forget about it. So the problem is I've never been there, but I should go there and it would be like my huge dream. So picture to be there, 3-day festival, just seeing all the influencers changing their outfits every few hours to be spotted and to maybe get into a magazine. And then really cool artists from all kinds of genres, I would say.
Interesting.
And it's really magical. Like, yeah, we should definitely watch some videos of that. So you have electronic music, but you have pop as well. And yeah, lots of...
No doubt.
Yeah.
Don't speak.
No, just what you're saying.
Lana Del Rey. Interesting. Okay. So what does this...
it is in the desert.
What
Okay.
has this in common with non-alcoholic products?
That, it's really hot there. And you also maybe don't want to drink alcohol the whole day, but for a festival, you always have this like association with drinking alcohol. At least we do that probably in Germany.
Every now and then.
Yeah, they probably also drink beer. So it's a really interesting thing that they have brought the new bar back to Coachella, where they only sell non-alcoholic cocktails and beer. And I really like it because, yeah, if you're there for 3 days, you want to enjoy it, maybe sober, maybe just a little bit tipsy. And it's great that they have alternatives. And also, there's a lot of people last year that also were dehydrated. Mm-hmm. And so it's win-win.
So it's a good idea to rehydrate with the alcoholized wine.
Exactly.
And the sugar? It's good for dancing, actually. It gives you the energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need to eat food at all. But the food is also very, very versatile, I would say. So they have a lot of plant-based stuff. They also have pizza. So no wonder that they also have to bring in alternatives.
And I think Gen Z is one of the bigger part of the audience. Okay.
Yeah, Gen Z, but also a lot of millennials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, cool. Those are the people driving the non-alcoholic movement. And we've already talked about it, that not only de-alcoholized products, wine and beer, are driving this movement. It's also about spirits. What is behind this spirit movement?
So we saw, and that's also stated in the article, that people are, especially Gen Z, are moving towards spirits, non-alcoholic spirits, because they are easy to mix and there's something for every taste. Mm. And also with the products in cans and the ready-to-drink drinks that you can get at every grocery store, it's easier, obviously, for them to mix different mocktails. And that is something that is especially driven in the US.
And it's quite convenient to have this little can, put it in your handle bucket, and then just go to the festival or wherever. I don't know if you're allowed. Would you be allowed to bring cans into Coachella? Or do you have to buy it in the shop?
I have no idea.
Yes, they have this no bottle.
Yeah, sometimes they
manifest
have
or something.
With the glass. I would have to go there to find out.
Okay. Speaking about goals. Speaking about cans, there is a wine can company launching nationwide at Walmart. That's ridiculously crazy. What is behind this?
So there is this founder of the first no-alcoholic beer in North America. This guy here, Philip Brandes, really innovative guy. He apparently was able to find a method where he can produce wine without ever having alcohol in it, but keeping it at 0.5 ABV. And they won't really tell how they are doing it.
While other non-alcoholic wineries remove the alcohol and leave you with bad grape juice, our winemakers found a way to leave the alcohol out, creating a fine Vino even a snooty sommelier could love. How that?
I love the
we
marketing.
Don't know.
Statement, please. And the cans, they might remind you of the red cups. It's a nod to red cups. Red cups, my dear, are those... I think it's 0.5 liters red cups, where usually at the college parties, university parties in the US, they are playing beer pong and rage cage with. And they are just drinking out of red cups all the time. Red cups or blue cups, but mostly red cups.
So you mean the red plastic caps, half liter, where you just...
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
This is an easy explanation. My question is, why do you know that? Because you're not American.
I've been to San Diego, California State University.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, otherwise I would have said, okay, maybe there's a national competition in beer pong in Germany, and you've been part of it.
Yeah, but we also, in our university in Germany, we also played beer pong a lot. You didn't?
No.
Okay.
But this is a can. You cannot use it for beer or wine pong. You can just drink out of it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it resembles of the...
Easy branding.
Yeah.
Very, visible.
Looks a little bit like Coca-Cola.
A bit,
as
yeah.
well. They come at the same price approximately as a wine bottle. So 4 cans are in one of these packs, and they cost like $13. And they're available at every Walmart. And they have different wines. So they have one rosé and then one, I think it's a Chardonnay, which are launching now. So yeah, cool packaging, cool idea, very innovative, very young, looks cool.
And quite
Pinot
colorful,
Noir as
attractive
well. Yeah.
on the shelf when you see it. That's pretty cool. And he has beer as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's how he got started.
Aromatized beers.
Yeah.
This is pretty crazy.
Peanut butter dark. I mean, that really sounds like something I want to try.
No?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, definitely, because this was the first one that really caught my attention on the website. Peanut butter dark brewing. 317 reviews, 4.6. I will try to find that in the US in August.
Oh, bring me something.
Yeah. What I can also bring you is Tsingtao alcohol-free beer. It's a Chinese beer brand.
Nice.
Do you know it?
Conversion.
Tsingtao? Heard of it?
No.
I mean, if you've ever been to China or Taiwan or wherever you go to Asia, usually Tsingtao comes along. Quite famous beer brand. It belongs to Paulana, USA. And they've just introduced their zero alcohol beer to the US market because they know there is something going on and they might attract some customers. And of course, the Bud Light brand struggled a bit in 2023 with a marketing campaign gone wrong.
Something.
So quite interesting move. Chinese alcohol-free beer in the American market, available, I guess, in almost every gas station and supermarket. Quite entry level. And the taste is described as, do you know Beck's Lemon?
Yeah.
So this lemon taste, it feels like a very thin but quite herbal pilsner. And there's just a sense of lime zest or something added. And the taste of Tsingtao is so described in that way. It's not like this stout brewed malty stuff. It's more like this refreshing kind of drink. So I guess it could attract some people to get rehydrated, as you said it, for Coachella. And this could really work in the US, I guess. So let's see what will happen the next couple of months, I guess, and on how many shelves we can discover the beer in the US.
Especially in summer or in the States where it's getting really, really hot in summer, I would see this definitely.
I cannot imagine how alcohol-free beer is really accepted in the US, because in Germany and in Austria today it's a part of the culture. Every 10th beer is alcohol-free. But 25 years ago, you were the idiot. You were like, oh, you don't drink beer. You drink alcohol-free. Are you the driver?
Are you a girl?
Oh, yeah, like this stupid 90s stuff. So interesting. I don't know how the market ticks, how the people tick in the US.
We will see, and you will know first.
100%.
While we are in the US, let's talk about I think it's one of the oldest traditions, those speakeasy pubs in the US, and it's especially in New York. Do you know anything about the history?
Not before we had this article on the list.
So remember in the 1920s when there was the prohibition where you couldn't drink alcohol, but people found solutions to drink alcohol and to still meet up, but they had to be very quiet because they met secretly in a bar. And when they entered the bar, they had to make sure that it's not a policeman or someone that...
So you had a passcode or something?
Yeah, you needed a password and you needed to be quiet, and you were only allowed to go in when you know the right password. And then when you were in it, you also had to be a little more quiet. And yeah, they kept this history, and there's still a lot of tourists that are attracted to it and are seeking those speakeasy bars because they have this like romantic idea about them, about it was something that was forbidden back then, and it's like this long tradition. So it's really interesting to see that now they are switching the drinks also in these speakeasy bars with alcohol-free alternatives, because they also see and say that you have a much closer connection to people that you meet, or also to your friends, when you speak to them and interact with them being sober, or at least not being like drunk. And those connections are much deeper. And that's something that they found out. And a lot of bar owners and entrepreneurs in New York are hopping onto this.
One more question. You have this speakeasy bars founded in 1920s, 1930s to illegally sell alcohol during Prohibition. So then Prohibition stopped. The bars were still there, so they offered alcohol under legal conditions. But what is the romantic behind it? I mean, okay, it's a bar, it's called Speakeasy, there's this history, but I can just go there and have a drink, like a normal bar. They just kept the name, but not this beer. Yes, come in. Okay, yeah. I get it.
I think it's for a lot of tourists, this like idea to visit that and to see this part of the culture and history. But for a lot of New Yorkers, it's just gimmicky.
Makes sense. I can imagine that this is quite for the conservative Americans, it's quite a huge thing to say, okay, this is the history of serving alcohol during Prohibition thing that is kept until today under legal conditions. And right now they switch to non-alcoholic stuff.
Which is, this is the...
Sounds like a shitstorm coming up.
The world that we live in. What was once forbidden and they desperately wanted to do it is now, like 100 years later, we are seeing that maybe it's not too bad to not drink as much. Maybe the prohibition had its sense after all. And that's also something that we see in Germany with this new campaign, Mind and Mixing, from Thomas Henry, which we probably all know from the tonic water and lemonades he does. And he's doing an event series in several cities in Germany where he and Undone makes much more sense than how
Italian.
Undone, how they are teaching and educating bartenders and people that work in the restaurant business and bar business and catering to also mix non-alcoholic drinks and to just be more mindful about drinking alcohol and serving alcohol and being a part of this business.
Do you think there's an alcohol problem within the peer group of people working
in gastronomy? Yeah. I do, from my subjective experience and what I saw and what I heard, because you're always exposed to alcohol. And if you are a regional agent that wants to sell gin into a bar, your day-to-day looks like you drink with people that are owning the restaurant or the bar you want to sell into. And of course, they are your friends and you drink with them. And it's really hard probably to say no. But yeah, it's possible, sure. But I would definitely say they are a lot more exposed to drinking alcohol, and that's not always good.
So this is kind of a good campaign for not only for the people working there and for the people that are served by those people, but also for giving more awareness to gastronomy. That's pretty cool. And I mean, Germany is a quite mature market, so totally makes sense. We have a lot of brands in Germany already on the market. And one brand recently published an article, and this article was sent to me by the owner. Just have to find it. They are famous for not this super conservative wording. So, I mean, the article is in Germany, but it's called Unfucked Drinks, Please. And so they talk very, very openly about the current situation in the wine market, especially in Germany, because it's every now and then people say it's more snobby and it's like sophisticated. And especially the non-alcoholic stores, like, no, please, we need our alcohol. And what makes his brand so special is, I mean, you can choose many ways to build a non-alcoholic brand. You can focus on premium. You can focus on the total opposite on what's going on. You can use the celebrity back part, and you can use, of course, health issues. For example, when you talk about serious problems of the industry and of society. And he has a combination of several stuff, because one of his co-founders is a famous football player, soccer player in Germany, and he was diagnosed with cancer. And of course, he also has this huge following because he's a soccer pro. And then they combine this and use this also for giving awareness to the people. Right now, they show, in my opinion, a really good view. They give a good view on the non-alcoholic market, on the wine market in Germany. And this also reflects what I've discovered in the last couple of months. When I went to Pro Wine in March, I had this feeling that people are really scared of the future because wine consumption is going down. And what do we do? How can we sell wine? And one idea is, Thomas, the owner, is a wine producer, he's a winemaker. And he says, we don't only focus on wine, we also focus on the non-alcoholic alternatives. And his product is called Vino. And I guess it's really by accident, because you brought the bottle without knowing that we will have this article on our today's podcast. But we have drink of the week, Vino.
And I'm so excited to try it.
You've never tried that?
No.
Me neither. I've talked to Thomas quite often. Thank you, Thomas, for the exchange, for everything, for the product. I like the color of the cap, by the way. Pink.
Yeah, it's something that just catches your attention.
Yes. So I'll serve you a sip. We don't need a spittoon, I guess.
I don't think so either.
So drink of the week, Vino. Just to give you some numbers, sugar level is 4.75 per 100 grams, so 48 grams per liter of sugar. 19 calories, just 19 calories. So in the US, you can really market this as almost 0 calorie, low calorie product. Yeah. Oh, it smells very intense.
Like flowers.
Wine or no wine? That is the question. Oh, wow. Quote. It smells like quite artificial, like bubble gum or Haribo gummy bear stuff. Quite tropical, exotic.
Yeah, it's super aromatic.
I should have asked Thomas beforehand what actually is the base of the product.
I forgot to ask you.
It's quite drinky. It's really drinky. It's juicy. The acidity gives this refreshing taste. So you immediately want to drink more. I think the sugar is, if you can say that, well integrated. It doesn't feel like super sweet.
It's really good.
Yeah, and I think if you are into off-dry wine, this is a really good alternative, especially when you are more a fan of these aromatic grape varieties, Muscat, Sauvignon Blanc, something like that. And it has the body due to the sugar.
Yeah.
Also, this is well made. Double T from Double O. Approved. Thank you very much. Really interesting. No advertisement, by the way. This is just because we had this bottle on the shelf by accident. But of course, we want to state that disclaimer: unpaid advertisement.
It reminds me of something, and I can't come up with it. That's why I'm so quiet.
It reminds me of, what was it? Frufo. Frufo was this yogurt I had when I was younger. It looked like a UFO, like an unidentified flying object. And then they had this, it was just milk yogurt, and then you added this tropical flavors and just mix it up. And there were those tiny little figures you could collect.
Is it like fruit?
It's similar. I mean, the idea is always the same. You have artificial aromas. I don't know if this is artificially... It's natural aromas. Oh, that's pretty cool. This is a well-made product.
Yeah.
I'm really
and also
impressed.
very good, like, acidity. Like it's like citrusy flavors, lemon flavors.
Okay. While you sip, drink, and enjoy, we have 2 more topics left on the news of the week. One is a market that quite struggles with non-alcoholic products is the Italian market. And there was this article in Mining Us saying non-alcoholic wine in Italy on hold. And the moment when this article was published, I don't know, because I guess it's because Italy is coming up on Sunday until Wednesday. We will be there as well. We will spot and we will try some non-alcoholic products for you as well. I guess in this combination, many articles popped up. This new non-alcoholic drink published in Italy. And this article talks about the problems of making non-alcoholic wine and other products in Italy, the reasons behind that, and what we can expect from the future. And basically, it's quite easy. There are rules in Italy that restrict the storage of the pure alcohol you gain when you de-alcoholize products. So it's basically a thing of logistics, of licensing and stuff. You're not allowed to store the alcohol in the end to make probably weird stuff with it. So it's just a few companies that afford the license and everything that is responsible. So what the Italians do that want to have non-alcoholic products, they go to Germany, they go to Spain, where the technology and production is quite mature and people know what to do. And I had this chat with the brand owner of Mionetto, a quite famous brand in Germany. It's a Prosecco. And the non-alcoholic product is made in Germany out of German grapes. I mean, Italy is a very, very traditional wine industry for 3,000-4,000 years. The Romans started with the Romans, and they still have huge traditions, and I would say even stronger traditions than, for example, Germany. And
so, do you think it has something to do with their pride?
Probably.
That they don't.
Yeah. I mean, this was the answer of the guy working for Mionetto, because I asked him, I was like, I really appreciate, I just wanted to say, I'm impressed how close the non-alcoholic product is to the original Mionetto made of Glera. And then he said, I have never tried this shit. We don't drink stuff like that. There is no alcohol in it, and it's not even Glera. It's German Riesling made by Germans. What do you think? So basically, it was kind of a quote, but he never drank that. And he works for this company. And I guess it has something to do with pride, with tradition,
not
being conservative.
Yeah, exactly. Not understanding the needs and the movements in the newer generations. And just not wanting to believe that this is going to change.
Yes. And what this lady also said is that sometimes people, especially Italians, they wait for trends to pop up in other countries to see if it really works. And then they just jump on the train. But we will definitely try some products, spirits, liquors, wine and beer at Vin Italy. And it's getting more and more, so the list is getting longer. And I guess next week or the week after, we will talk about our discoveries. And maybe the drink of the week is an Italian one. I don't know. Maybe an Amaro or a Limoncello or Frangelico without alcohol. We don't know. We will see. Last but not least, there was an article, and I always get weird feelings when I read headlines like this. Study says couples that drink together live longer. And of course, the study showed that couples that drink alcohol together, they have a higher life expectancy than people who don't drink together.
Because they don't kill each other. Because because the alcohol makes them endure the person and be like, okay, just give me the alcohol and then.
Yeah. The good thing is always at the end of those articles, and there were 2 or 3 reporting about this study, they say, please don't start drinking right now just because you read this article. There's more behind it.
You can't save your marriage or your life just by drinking. Disclaimer.
Yes. So, but what is really behind that is something different. There was an article in Fortune, we put the link in the show notes, that said that there are health benefits. So studies show that there are health benefits of being in a couple or being married because you support each other. And if one person has a healthier lifestyle, it attracts the other and they just do it together. So just this doing things together that keep you healthier or that give you stability in your life result in a higher life expectancy. And quite interesting numbers in the US, for example, say 2 years longer. And in Germany, it's 9 years. Married couples in Germany live 9 years longer than single people in Germany. This is quite interesting. And this is more the thing that is behind. So I guess if you won't ask, have you drunk the last 3 months? And we both say yes. But we ask, I don't know, have you played paddle the last 3 months? And we both say yes. I guess the result would be the same.
Yeah.
So it's just about doing things together and having kind of a sparring partner and stuff like that. And this turns over time. So if you if you're new and you're dating a person, it's more about this, what attracts me in the other, and maybe there is this controversial things that attract you, and but in the end, it's always about having something to do together.
Yeah.
I mean, having a drink together, it can also be non-alcoholic drinks. It's more about this companion sharing things in life, and this is easier when you're in a couple.
Yeah, but it would be the same if you were hanging out with your best friend, like two girlfriends that are old and their husbands maybe are not there or died already. I think it would be the same effect. If they would live together in a shared apartment, they would probably have the best time of their lives without drinking alcohol, but with the same effect of living longer, just because they share experiences and they hold themselves a little bit accountable. They have a reason to get up in the morning, to get dressed, to shower, and someone to remind them to take the medicine. So it all makes sense. Doesn't really have to do with alcohol, I would say.
And vice versa, if you have 3 Coachella guys in your apartment, it could lead to... Okay, I get it. Yeah, this is it, guys. The last 2 weeks wrapped up in our No Booze News, episode number 2, number 4 in total. See you on Monday with our next episode.
So yeah, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Start your week right by making conscious decisions, and we see you next week.
Ciao, ciao.